Hello, it's Katrin with Blend Precisely, and I'm just gonna double check my audio quickly. And that's it. That's awesome. So, speaker all in place. Wonderful. I'm trying something new today because Facebook kicked us out of the groups and we cannot stream from StreamYard directly into the groups anymore. So what I'm trying right now is I'm actually going live on Instagram at the same time, still through StreamYard, but it's a little bit of a new setup. So I'm looking over there and then I'm looking over here and Instagram is running at the same time. And if anybody's interested, I can show you afterwards how to do this or another time, actually. So today is May 1st, and I am exhausted and tired, and so is Seth. We are going to be into launch mode pretty much for Blend Precisely all months long. So I will be giving you updates. You will be receiving emails, a few more. Right now, we have our 4.5 release that just happened a few minutes before I got live or came on live. And we will be actually talking about what is part of the 4.5, be part of the 5.0 release. And when you're logging in to Blend Precisely right now or after the call, you will see all the changes for the 4.5 release. So first of all, let me know if you can hear me, and also let me know if there are questions in between. I would really love for you to ask any kind of questions, because for some of you, especially the new ones that are using Blend Precisely, if you just joined us, you will maybe have less questions than the ones that have been with us for a few years already. So please give me a thumbs up or something that you can hear me, and then we're gonna get started with the 4.5 release. And that would be wonderful. So I'm gonna go and start sharing my screen in a moment. And we will start from the very new beginning. Share screen, window over here. And you can see that I'm running right now at the same time on Instagram. So I'm trying this one out. If you're interested how that would work, I'm doing it through StreamYard actually. And you can see I can share my screen as well. And I'm working my way up over there. So it's the first time I'm streaming into Instagram at the same time. All right, so I'm going to leave this one open because at the end I need to click End Live. And we are going to go to Blend Precisely. So what I want to already mention just in Blend Precisely. So there will be changes and small adjustments coming over time. There will be the whole entire month. There will be a few. Thanks for the thumbs up. There will be more little tiny features and changes coming. And the reason why we are changing into a more, let's say, bigger model or also more solid model is because we are going to expand Blend Precisely. We have been getting the question for inventory and that it's automatically going to subtract your amounts. Then you want to have notes, you want to have a lab aroma type of experience and so on. For all of this, it was absolutely necessary to make changes and start making changes. Now, we have been working on cosmetics for a while, or skincare production. That's going to go into beta in actually today, but we are working with a few professionals together that will guide us through the best way of how to do skincare formulation and calculation inside of the app. So you will not have access to this right now, just to say that, but I will show you quickly the beginnings, or it's actually a beta product already, but you will have a quick peek at it, but it's not available to you right now. Once we go live with the skincare version, you will get an email as well, and you will have the possibility as one of our really valued members to upgrade for a beautiful price. Nothing big in terms of the money part, but we do need to start as I mentioned in my email, we do need to start thinking and growing up in terms of tiers as well. And there's a lot of time and effort that goes into Blend Precisely. So let's get started. So first of all, the screen is already new, and I'm going to take you step by step through the ones. Then I will also show you where to find the new tutorials, and I will also make sure that I answer all the questions that are here. So on the home screen, not too much changed. You will see a new flower. Spring is coming. I felt like we do need to have a little bit of a new flower and flower arrangements as well. We did, however, have a few little changes here on the right-hand side when you can see the last formulations, most used oils, and so on. First of all, we changed the text back to a better readable text. So we got a few emails the last time. We got a bit too creative. We changed that back. Now it's easy to read again, also with the numbers and so on. It's much easier to read. Then Seth added bullet points, so you will also be able to see those ones. And when you hover over, our brand colors will come up, and you can see just better where you're hovering over. The create button will get you straight into the creation of your aromatherapy blends, and then also these ones here will also get you straight in. So let's go back quickly. The highest profit margin formulations, and so on. So this did not change. We just made it a little bit more beautiful and easier to read. Then let's just head over to, let me show you where the tutorials are first of all. So the new tutorials are here under tutorials, and you just need to go to 4.5. And these tutorials here show up, but they will also, oops, once you click play, there's a playlist here on top, 1 through 6. I will be adding more tutorials here, the more we will have available or the more changes we make. So this right now is the first playlist of 6. It's pretty comprehensive, yet short and precise, and you can go through them. So you can just click through those videos, and it's a playlist basically. You can also make it big, and if you don't have enough patience, you can also speed it up, and then everything will go much faster. Anyway, so that's where you can find the tutorials. We also changed a little bit of the icons around here. You right now will not have the Create Skincare icon available because that's in beta, and it will not be available to you right now. But you will, however, have everything else available. So let's go over to Create Aromatherapy. That used to just be called Create and then a little plus sign. And that changed. Not too much changed here, but what you will notice is that these little icons and buttons here on top were removed. Hi, Seth. I think he needs his charging cable. So he took those ones away, the plus and minus of adding new ingredients and also adding new bulk ingredients or packaging items. They were taken out right now. And the reason is that we put them separately under a now called inventory. And I will go there at a later point. But right now, these ones have been removed. So people have been using the spreadsheet, the upload spreadsheet. But we also got a lot of requests. I want to enter just my own raw ingredients. I do not want to ask you every time and wait for 24 hours or whatever to get my ingredients added. Can I just please add my own ingredients? So in the beginning, we started out with adding the ingredients through us. That was a conscious decision because we really wanted to make sure that we get all the safety information of the essential oils for you in here. Also, endangered species and everything else had to be added. Now, if you remember the ones that have been with us for the past 3.5, 4 years now, you remember that we started out with just essential oils, carrier oils, and butters. But right now we have added so many more categories and ingredients because we have been seeing that more and more aromatherapists are actually creating skincare products. and perfumery items, and the other way around. We got more and more skincare people wanting to work with essential oils, but they were missing basically the part where they can just add their own ingredients. And I will get to that point. So those ones have been removed here right now, these little icons. They are not available on this page anymore. They are available over here. The little clear icon has been added here. So when you pull up one of your recipes, you can now simply click clear here. You don't need to go into the drop down and go and search for clear. So you can just go ahead and clear it out here. Then the other little change is in the hamburger. And let me go back out. This one here we call hamburgers. And in that hamburger, you will also notice that you can add new ingredients from here, and you can also add two formulations that was here before, actually. So this one here is more or less the same as well. You have the advanced filter view, and you will also be able to add new ingredients over here. Now, what I do want to mention is that I would try to get into the habit of adding new ingredients in the inventory field, because we will be building out the inventory much, much more. So at one point, I think we will just simply remove this one here, or we will change it a little bit around. So there's nothing too bad. But I would say every time you come into Blend Precisely, see if you want to actually first add all of your new ingredients, go to the inventory section here, and then start formulating. And or you don't need to add anything, and then you can just go straight to formulations. And that's it on this page. There are no more changes. So the main change is really that we took away the adding of the ingredients over here and adding the packaging over here, because we have now a separate inventory part. Okay, so hi Fawn. So that's fantastic. Which one is it? There will be so much more coming. It's gonna be really super cool and beautiful. So let's move over to my formulations. Nothing changed here. This is like as it is, nothing changed. We will take care of more from the feature requests here. We go in on a regular basis, and we will be adding more items what you request. But we do have a roadmap, and we do also have milestones that we need to meet, and things that have been in request form for a while, we are trying to obviously push out. We also need to align our business with the wishes always, and also the capability of who can do it and whom do we need to hire to actually do it, because Seth is incredible and he does pretty much everything, but every now and then we have to hire something out, and that we need to calculate in as well. So just a quick side note in terms of feature requests and how everything is going. So this one is staying. Nothing changed here. Let's move over to inventory. So we made the decision now that we called it inventory. And the reason is because we want to build out the inventory system more. And you can see here right now, as it is, there are a few color changes. We added tabs over here. And you can see already it's much cleaner in terms of the look and feel, and more items will be added. Now, the 4 tabs up here on top, it says My Ingredients, Blend Precisely Ingredients, My Packaging, and Blend Precisely Packaging. So what we did now is we split everything up. Under Blend Precisely Ingredients, you will still be able to find the over 1,100 ingredients. So we have right now a little bug down here. It says only 150, but it's 1,177, I believe. And we will be fixing this. But this one over here, 1,177. This Blend Precisely Ingredients is basically what you couldn't manipulate. You couldn't do anything here until it was yours. And so at one point, Make These Mine came up, and I'm not sure if it was through Jackie or someone else said, I just want to click on these ones and say Make These Mine, and then just added them. Now you can do that. So now you have the possibility to choose any of these ingredients, any of the 1100 or 1177 ingredients. You can choose any of those ones and make them mine. And I will demonstrate that in a moment as well. So just be aware when you go in what tab you're in. And the one that is highlighted or basically white background is the one you're in. The one with the green background is the ones you're not in. And when you go to my packaging, it's the same thing. And then Blend Precisely packaging, you don't have the option to basically manipulate anything here. So why is that still? It's just simply because we want to make it really easy for you. Mostly you can literally take one of these ones and just move them over to your ingredients, and then you can just manipulate the price. And if you want to add a complete new ingredient that is currently not part of Blend Precisely, you can do that now too. So that's really beautiful. But overall, we will continue to add more ingredients. All the requests we see in the back end coming in, we will go through them and then also add them over time. But right now, what is available to you is 1,177 ingredients here. And the same with the packaging. We have already the standard packaging in here, and you can use them as well. You can make them yours. So make these mine by highlighting them and then click make these mine, and then they will be moved over here. So when we talk about make these mine, and that is just to keep that in mind right now, is let's take the Aquaxil just because it's on top and say make these mine. So we are working right now still on the system. When you go over, I want Seth to highlight the one that I just created. So in the meanwhile, and that's just for a few days, nothing more, please just use the create here, the little filter, and then you can see the latest item you have added. And this one is the Aquaxil. So in my dream scenario is like everything that you've made yours will show up highlighted first. So you know immediately, oh, I just copied those ones over, and now I just need to adjust the price. So I just went into Blend Precisely ingredients. I highlighted those ones, and then I said, okay, make these mine. Now, also, please do keep in mind right now that if you go and highlight some here, you need to click make these mines. Right now, it is not working that you go through 118 pages and highlight all of these ones and this one and this one, and then make these mine. So how it works is whatever page you're on right now, you can highlight them all, or you can select them, but you need to make these mine per page, if that makes sense. So you cannot go on and on and on. It doesn't have the memory right now, but it has the memory of every single page you're on. You can obviously also just search for the ingredient you want to take over and see if it is existing here. Sometimes when you don't find an ingredient, just be aware that there might be 2 pages, especially with lavender. We do have a lot of pages or a lot of lavenders. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so let's go over to the ingredient we just actually created here, and that is Aquaxil. I just took that over from an existing one, and it came over to the new one, to my ingredients over here. Now, if you go in here, you can make all of the changes you want, and it will automatically then save from the drop down. When we have 2 drop downs here. So when we have a price or a number, or you need to enter something physically with your hands, right now, please press the return key. So I'm going to make it from 17 to press the return key or the enter key, and the price will be added automatically and saved. This saving takes a little moment right now, but again, we are working on that, and it's going to be better in a few days. The same with the quantity. When you make a change here, it was 10 ounces for $19. Make sure you don't hit the tab key. Make sure you hit the enter key. And then you can go ahead and make all of these changes you need in terms of the prices. Okay, so we received, let me go in here in the feature request, and Matthew made a personalized ingredient list. Matthew gave us a large comment where the biggest part was really that he in Australia, they have many different eucalyptus oils. And a lot of people came to us and say, okay, but the common name is different than what you have in your database. And I would like to use my common name, but the Latin name is the same. So I kept on adding more common names where necessary, but the Latin name is the same. So now if you don't like an ingredient basically that is named, let's say, just Eucalyptus globulus, he can now add this ingredient, Eucalyptus narrow-leaved peppermint, which is actually beautiful. I wish I could smell that right now. He can take his name and enter it in the inventory. And that is by going here into my ingredients, where your ingredients are sitting, go add new ingredients, and then simply add it over here. Oops, I have a different thing in here. Just let me see what that is. I didn't hit copy. I had another link in here. So let's say eucalyptus, the narrow leaf. I'm not sure. Narrow leaf peppermint, I think it was called. See, it doesn't come up. Everything until eucalyptus comes up, but we don't have the narrow leaf or this specific name. Now, it could be very well that it is the same Latin name, but it's a different common name. And I know that people can get really, this is how they call their oils. They want to find them like this. So that's why we decided, yes, absolutely, enter your own ingredients however you want. Now, what we don't have anymore on the back end is that we have safety information associated with that necessarily. And that is because you're entering now your own ingredients and you have your own responsibilities in finding whatever you need to find. And before it came through us, and I sat for hours sometimes. If I had 10 new ingredients to enter, I went through a humongous amount of work of research and making sure the safety information, the density, the sustainability, and all of these things are being entered. But because the request was getting larger for entering my own ingredients, we cannot prevent you from doing so. But that also means that we cannot give you all of the information right now. We will go through a check once a week now and see what kind of essential oils have been added by you. And then we can see if we can add the safety information still. But this way, you can now add your own name. Let's just call it narrow peppermint, narrow leaf. Okay, but let's just keep it like this. And then you can choose the ingredient here, the category, and put it into essential oils. The Latin name, if you have it, obviously. The INCI name, if you have it. That would be great. Also, if you do know the density, you can enter it. Often it's mentioned on the safety data sheet, SDS report. You can enter it. You can add the supplier. If you have a new supplier, you can add a new supplier as well. So let's just add aromatics right now. You can enter your order number. You can enter your expiration date. So the ones that are necessary to enter, they're the ones with the red star. So make sure you see those ones. And then this one will not be available to you right now. And that is something part of the cosmetic, the skincare edition. So what this one is basically the suggested usage rate, pH, solubility, and melting point. Those ones will be available to the cosmetic people or whoever going to have the cosmetic version or the skincare version. The solubility would be maybe water, melting point might be 97 Fahrenheit, whatever you choose, wherever you are in the world. The price of it was 15, the quantity purchased 15, and then let's say this one was grams, organic, select currency, US dollars, and then click add. Now, this one has been added and you don't need to go through us anymore. So I just want to make sure. Let me, oops, go here and look for peppermint. After the first relief, you always cross your fingers, and it's here, the narrow peppermint. So it's immediately available now. And I just wanted to show you quickly. I didn't enter the Latin name because I just didn't have it handy, and I'm going to also delete it out afterwards. And then I added aromatics and so on. Now I can come over here and upload my GCMS report if I have it. And let's just go for GCMS. And I don't have this one specifically, obviously. It's loading my GCMS report. And then I have it visible right in here. If you have a GCMS report and you uploaded the wrong one, you don't have a delete button, but you can simply upload a new one and it will be replaced. And then you have all of this one available. This one we are going to use later on as well. If you move further over, the Inky name didn't get entered by me, so it's not going to show up. And then this part here is going to be all for cosmetic formulation. And you can see here the usage rate, the melting point, the pH, and the water solubility is showing up. And why it is so handy to have it in when you create a recipe is what I can show you in a moment in Create Skincare. But it's important when you're creating skincare, you don't always remember, what was the melting point? Oh, when was it soluble in water, or was it soluble in oils, and so on. So there are hundreds and thousands of ingredients, and you cannot keep that in mind. So cosmetic formulation or skincare formulation will need all of these information here. Adhesive, anti, whatever those ones are, the functionalities you can add here. In addition, we also added IFRA, and that is being handled through CAS numbers. But I'm not going to talk about this right now because that's not in this release and it's not available. It's in beta and it's in some other professional hands right now. Okay, so peppermint, eucalyptus, narrow peppermint leaf is here. And now you can delete it out again by just clicking the little trash bin, and or just leave it in there, obviously. And when you go over to create aromatherapy, it will also here show up now. And let's go narrow leaf. It's over here with your price and everything else. And then you can just continue to work with it as you need. Now, I did want to mention quickly, if you added all of the ingredients, you will be able to go over to Create Skincare once the skincare is live, and you could search here now for peppermint. And then peppermint, let me just go down. Where is it now? It's not fully, let me just see. The peppermint, all ingredients, peppermint. No, it was eucalyptus, sorry. Eucalyptus. The narrow leaf, let's find it if we may. Okay, so this one is in beta, but it should be here. Okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to show you this right now. Eucalyptus. Okay, I have a cat that wants to come in. Okay, so I will show that to you. I think Seth is just doing another update here on the cosmetic. So this one would normally show up with all the pH level and so on over here. So when I'm over in the regular aromatherapy, just give me one tiny second. When I'm over in the regular aromatherapy formulation part, you can simply use it here as you just saw before. So I just wanted to see and go through my notes. Cost of change, edition, refresh afterwards, new tutorials, GCMS. And yeah, no, I covered, I think, everything right now for the 4.5 release. If there are any questions, I would obviously love to hear them and see them. And then you can also simply send me an email, hello@blendprecisely.io, and then you can check things out. So the skincare is probably going to go live by the end of the month. We are working, as I mentioned, we are testing. It's in beta right now, and we will be adding that as a choice to upgrade at a later point this month. But in general, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. Oh, I know I did mention where you can find the tutorials, right? No, I did mention that. And I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to just come back live and see, do you have any questions? Please do let me know. If you don't have any questions right now, I'm more than happy to answer them through email, or you can also, most of you know where to find me in our group in Blend Precisely on Instagram, on YouTube. You can mention anything there too, and I will go through these comments and also answer your questions. But in general, so this one is going to be basically I'm going to call it our breakout of the aromatherapy world and making it more professional and more professional, basically, for everything or for anyone that needs to go into true skincare formulation, and or for aromatherapists that do care about the skin irritations, allergens, and everything else. So the IFRA standards, and I mentioned that in my email earlier today, they are actually, most of the skincare formulators around the world adhere to the IFRA standards. And there are so many allergens in different products, but also in essential oils. And those ones will come up in the skincare formulation part in Blend Precisely. So they will be showing up automatically, and they will be, you will then be able to see them while you're formulating and pricing everything out, that you're over the limit. Because there are 12 different categories in IFRA, and those 12 different categories, you can choose which category your product is being produced in. And then you will be, actually, I can show that if that is something you want to see quickly. Let me just show you. When you log in and you see those 12 categories under skincare here, they are the 12 categories the IFRA standards are falling under. So any of the products like leave-on products or baby products or facial toners, moisturizers, oils, powders, and any of those ones, normally you would click here what you're producing, you add your ingredients, and then they will come up automatically with if you entered your CAS number, they will come up automatically with the restrictions. And IFRA has restrictions, prohibitions, and specifications, and those three will come up. If there are no concerns for IFRA, nothing will come up, and then you're fine to go. But this will allow you to double check against the IFRA standards. And at all times, you will actually be able to create a formulation that is 100% safe to your customer, given, of course, you do all your fungal and all the tests you need to do in the formulation for skincare as well. But that is something aside from Blend Precisely. You do need to do your testing when you're using the hydrous products. And then you will have also the option to go between hydrous and anhydrous. So that is just a quick thing. You will have note sections. So there's going to be much more on the skincare formulation side than we had at this point at the aromatherapy side. And that's how we think of it, that we are breaking out of the aromatherapy into skincare perfumery and really looking at what do the people need in the skincare industry. And I think there's nothing wrong for aromatherapists to actually adhere to these rules and look at the IFRA standards and make sure they're creating safe recipes, because most of the oils, or many oils, do have allergens as constituents in them. So it is a really good thing to maybe think about if you would like to be part or go into the skincare direction. Make sure you create some safe blends in general. Okay, so that's it. And I hope you liked it. I hope you like the updates, and we will definitely keep you updated with everything, especially if you're on our email list. You will get more updates about it. If you're part of the of our Blend Precisely tool already, you will get updates. And then also once we launch the skincare version, you will get another update. So we will keep you updated, it looks like. So that's it for today. I wish you a wonderful Wednesday. And for some of you, I will see you in our goal setting call at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And others, I will see you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.